Ladies and gentlemen, we are tuned in to the Rico Report.
I really don't know what to tell you.
That game was insane. Welcome to the Big Squad.
Shout out to the Big Squad.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome to the Big Squad.
welcome on a very special evening to the Rico Report. We are here. He is our team. This is the Buffalo Fanatics. Bing, 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 bing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Rico back at it again on a Friday evening. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the Buffalo Fanatics. This is the Rico Report. I'm your host. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. I had a late start tonight, and I don't plan to go on forever, but if the flow is going, why not? We will continue. But a big day today. The oldest turned the big 1-8. Wow. Y'all are probably like, what? You freaking look too young to have an 18-year-old. Mind your business. No, but big things. We had to celebrate the big 1-8, man. So late start for me today, but you know what? Well worth it. But I can't hang out with my peoples on a Friday night, man. This is what we do, man. This is how we do our thing, man. So welcome for those that are tuned in for the very first time. Smash that like, hit that subscribe, and I love how observant my man Corey Buffalo is. Because he sees it. The hoodie indeed. Yeah, man. I'm off the front. I'm gonna have to stunt for a little bit. This hoodie here is a little something, man. No, I didn't turn 18, but this is a little something that man P Money. Pierre, myself, Bobby, Pierre, we run all of BF, and we've been doing this thing since, for those that are, don't know, we've been doing this thing for a minute now. Let me pull this to the side here so you guys can see it. We've been doing this since 2013, man. We've been rolling for a minute. So it's kind of like a nice monumental piece to kind of, put things in perspective. Like, yo, this is a grind. Man. So salute to the crew. You guys know what it is, man. So yeah, man, 18, man. The young one turned 18. So yeah, your boy is somewhat of an old man, but not really. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, man, let's put it this way, man. Your boy's blessed. I'm blessed, man. If I'm able to say I have an 18-year-old, man, I'm chilling, bro. And I got two young ones too. So it's love. It is love, and we keep it moving. So welcome, folks. Today's show. I know you guys are probably like, yo, we get it. We got to cut some players on this team. We understand it. Facts. We do. However, I'm not really here to talk about what we have to cut, the people that we have to cut. I'm kind of going, I've gone through and looked at cap casualties from teams that have to cut. Some significant players that we might want to take a look into. And I've got a few names here that just to kind of give us a chance at competing, right? We're gonna have to cut some big guys on our squad. So are they. So this is where we can kind of get sneaky and see who we can snag from somewhere else. So let me start off with saying what's up to everybody. I noticed my guy Richard Rush is in the building. I see my boy Bobby Ray. What they do? What's going on, Pops? What's happening, man? The whole Bing squad is in the building. I appreciate y'all. Samuel Harris, I see you, man. What's good? I see you, Sam. I see you, Sammy. New Mexico, I see you. Mr. Albuquerque himself. What's going on, boss? Corey Buffalo's in the building. I see you, bro. What's happening? I got to give shouts. Yo, I thought my man Brian Bowers was going to show up. He had to show love, man. Brian Bowers, I see you, man. I see you. I don't know if you're going to stay long, but I see you. I appreciate you. Ryan Thiel, I got it. I got a feeling. Ryan Thiel, what's good, man? I know I heard you put the Bills guys on blast, so I had to show you some love, make sure that I got it right. So shout out to everybody, man. So let's get right into it because we have some cuts that we've got to make, obviously, on our team, and there are several others that have got to make cuts themselves. So obviously the one for us that stands out the most are the three: Q Jefferson, Addison, Butler. The three new guys that we brought in, we might have to part ways with all three. Now, is it the smart thing to do? Maybe not. I've had to kind of like temper my thoughts on that, on if I really do want to move on from those guys, from those fellas. I don't know if I'm ready to do it all the way through, because you're going to have some depth, some veteran depth. But when I look at the likes of Mario Addison, it's not like he just turned 30 or 31, right? My man's turning 34. I'm 36, so I'm never going to say, yo, he's an old man. But when it comes to football, you up there, right? Because the teams are always looking to get younger. So in football terms, you a bit of a vet. You know what I mean? You're a wily vet. So I wanted to touch base on that. So Addison might be one that I may keep. I'm thinking of keeping if we don't do anything at edge. If we don't do anything at edge, so there's really no rush to get rid of him. No rush, right? So and we're in better shape if we move on from him after June 1st. So that's one way to look at it. Butler, he's as good as gone for me. Especially when we're trying to shore up that interior line with a little bit of youth infusion. Butler ain't that dude, right? And then Q Jefferson, that's one guy that I still want to see back because of his versatility to be able to go inside and outside. So if we can kind of move some numbers around and retain his services, I'm all for it. But Butler definitely has to go. When it comes to the cap casualty guys where you're like, yo, we got to cut some costs, right? Obviously, John Brown is going to be one of them. And I've got to come back on the John Brown thing too. So it's two things that's got to happen. Either you keep John Brown or you release John Brown. It's as simple as that. There's no and ifs or buts about it. However, I've had some people say, hey man, I'm actually on board with keeping the likes of John Brown. And once they explain why, I get it. Depth, right? Familiarity with the offense. He was the one guy that kind of got the offense really going when we didn't really have a number one receiver. All of that good stuff. I get that. So if you want him that badly and you want to bring him back, you cannot bring him back at $9 million. Sorry. I don't care how much of a case you make for him. You cannot make him. You just can't have him come back at that amount of money. However, what you can do is have a conversation with him. Brandon Beane had a really good interview with Richard Sherman and Chris Collinsworth the other day. And one thing that they asked of him was, how is it, pretty much I'm paraphrasing here, how is it that you have these tough conversations with these players when you've got to tell them, hey, you got to go, or hey, we're going to do this. And hey, he's like, honestly, man, you just got to have an honest, real conversation with them and tell them what it is. Hey, listen, you know that we have, and I'm going to use Josh Norman, for instance. Josh Norman would say, man, coach, I want to come back. You know what I mean? Brandon, I want to come back, man. I want to come back. And they're like, well, if you want to come back, and this is, I'm paraphrasing here, Bean's like, you got to realize that we have young Dane Jackson in the cut coming up. So like, if you really want to try to make this work, yo, go check free agency, see if you can get the money, but this is probably what we're going to sign you back at, if that, but you're competing, and I'm not giving you 100%, you know what I'm saying, position. And I totally, like, I'm reading between the lines what he said. I mean, he pretty much said that, but he fluffed it more, but that's pretty much what he's saying. You got to have real conversations with these guys. Real conversations. And when, I don't know about Brandon, I don't know about you guys, man. When I listen to Brandon Beane talk, I believe every freaking word this man says. He comes off as genuine as can be. Now, he might be a big smoke screen type of guy, but he's as real as it gets, man. He's real shit. And what I found super interesting, and before I get into the free agent talk, when he was on this podcast with Collinsworth and Richard Sherman, it was a weird dynamic for me because you had a GM of a team that's on the rise doing a podcast with a free agent corner that has been linked to the Bills. So their back and forth banter was almost like a feeling out negotiation without even really talking numbers, right? He would say a few things and Richard Sherman would banter back. And if you're really reading between the lines, it was so interesting to see how both these guys went about having a conversation. And what I took from that was, hey man, we're always looking at players and you're always going to compete. And when he was talking about, we have real conversations with people, either, you know what I mean, there's a young guy coming up. And to me, I look at it as like, if you want to come to the Bills, just know that there's some young guys that are coming up. So we're not just going to give you that spot. And I think it was duly noted by Richard Sherman. So there could be a marriage there. You never know. The same way that it came off of a tweet. I don't know if you guys caught this too. He's like, yo, that's super chill. That the way that Stephon Diggs ended up on the Bills was through a tweet. What? So like now you're like, the way that Richard Sherman, we could play it off like this. The way that Richard Sherman ended up on the Bills was through a podcast and back and forth conversation. That was super interesting. Super interesting. But anyway, it could be nothing, but it could be something. So if we see Richard Sherman on the Bills, don't be shocked and don't be surprised. If it's on a 1-year deal or if it's on a 3-year deal, just stretch the money out, right, to have Richard Sherman on the squad. Because Richard Sherman even said it himself. He's like, you can't, everybody thinks that it's going to be, you know what I mean, open season to do a super team. If you have the money to do it, yo, you can create a super team. 1-year deals everywhere. But if you're cash strapped like the Bills are, you can't do super team. So you're going to have to like give a guy a 2 or 3 year deal, stretch the money out a little bit. And if he earns his way, he earns he earns incentive wise, he earns his way, he can get to year 2 and then you'll get your money then. But it might be a 1-year deal, but we have to stretch the money out. So we might give you a little money here so we can make you get on the squad. But if you do well enough, yo, you can get year 2 compensation. If you do well enough again, you can get year 3 compensation, i.e. John Brown. John Brown, I mean, he got a hefty bag, but he made it to year 3. So he's at that position where you just play your contract out and we'll call it a day. One person that you got to pay attention to that may play their contract out and we may not see them again is Micah Hyde. I need y'all to understand that. Micah Hyde may play out his contract, which is going to be his coming up to his last year, and we may not see Micah Hyde. We might say, thank you for your services. We're moving on. So do not be shocked if we bring on a safety in the draft or we bring on a safety in free agency, a high-ranking safety, right? I don't know, in the likes of, and I'm throwing this out there, Earl Thomas. I'm sure Earl Thomas is very much available. Would we bring Earl Thomas onto the squad? Probably not, but don't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. By the way, shout out to each and every one of you guys tuned in. There's 145 of y'all. Appreciate it. I mean, y'all are tuning in from Facebook. Y'all are tuning from YouTube. So salute to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. So yeah, man. So when it comes to that free agency business, man, that if you listen to that podcast, it was an interesting back and forth. If you haven't listened to it, go ahead and listen to it. And listen to Bean and Richard Sherman go back and forth. They're talking on the surface, it's nothing. But when you really dig deep and you know what I mean, crack the case a little bit, you know what I mean, deep dive, you catch a couple nuggets. You will catch a couple nuggets, man. I'm taking a comment here from Matthew Blake. Salute to Matthew Blake. Matthew Blake says, yo, I'm very worried about losing Micah Hyde. You may not lose Micah Hyde this year. We'll keep him. But there's a chance that we may not see Hyde next year. I'm just saying. Salute to everybody noticing the hoodie. That hoodie's smooth, though. Yo, let me show you something real quick. Let me show you. Look, salute to my man Pierre. Salute to my guy Bobby. We all got matching sweaters. But, yo, check this. I feel like Barry Horowitz. Boom, boom. Can y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can. Oh yeah, y'all can see that. So yeah, man, we got the hoodies on deck. Hoodies on deck from courtesy of the Kingpin. That's my guy. I mean, we've been through a lot since the beginning, man. We've been through a lot. Trust me when I tell you, man. A lot of people talking, a lot of bumping gums before, you know what I'm saying? And we prevailed, and we are where we are right now. And the grind doesn't stop. It keeps going. So I appreciate y'all saluting the hoodie. The hoodie's fire though. The hoodie's fire though. I can't even front. Here we go. So when it comes to our own cap casualties, Addison obviously is going to be one of them. Obviously, you're going to hit the RVD, Corey Buffalo. You know what it is, man. Hit you with that RVD. Or the Barry Horowitz. I don't know if you guys know about Barry. Barry used to pat the back of his shoulder and let you know what's really good. So hear me out now. Rico with the Stevie Johnson number. Yeah, man, 2013. So check this out. Cap casualties, we know who it is. You know one name that I'm not saying that this person is going to get released. Not at all in any way, shape, or form. But this person had a solid year with us. But we have a few guys waiting in the wings that potentially we might see them get more playing time. So Cam Lewis being one of them, get more playing time on the squad. Dane Jackson, depending on what we do at cornerback 2, do we draft a high draft pick guy? What do we do? But there's one player I gotta repeat myself. I'm not saying this person is going to be cut, but they are definitely part of the cap casualty conversation, and that could be Teron Johnson. Why could it be Teron Johnson? Because there is some savings if we really need to save in that department, because we do have guys that could come in and take that position. Now, he had a fantastic year. He stayed healthy, number one, really good in run support, heavy in run support. And not only that, instincts got a lot better during the year with 2 freaking big, huge pick six. So by all means, he solidified himself to come back at least. But I don't put it past anybody. I would not be shocked if it came down to making moves at that corner position, especially with the Cam Lewis. That's a willing tackler as well. With that, we have Johnson, our safety Johnson's on the squad. Maybe he can come down at the nickel. Who knows, man? Because we've been looking at that nickel position for some time now. We have been. And if you guys paid attention last year, we were hot and heavy going after the likes of Kyle Duggar. Kyle Duggar plays the safety position. Big nickel, right? What does Teron Johnson play? Nickel. And at that time, he wasn't staying healthy. So you had to kind of look into it. And when we didn't have our chance to get Kyle Duggar because we were tied to Kyle Duggar, we kind of moved on from that. It doesn't mean that we've stopped. So just keep that in mind, by the way. Keep that in mind. By the way, salute to my guy, Kyle Toth. Salute for that super chat. Salute to you. I appreciate that. If you have a comment, I'm sure you wanted to put a comment in there. I'll read your comment. If you can try to get your comment in there as soon as you can. If not, and you just wanted to show love, you know what? You deserve a mother effing bell for that showing love, man. I appreciate that very much so. You know I do. So Ismail says Johnson takes Hyde's spot, Cam Lewis takes Teron's spot. It could be. We're in unprecedented times, man. So we might make cuts that you may. That's the thing, man. When it comes to cap casualties, man, it may happen to people you don't expect. You're like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. Or maybe I saw that coming, but I didn't think they're going to do it that soon, right? It could be. The fact that he came in strong, Teron Johnson came in strong, I don't see it happening. I think that he's earned his way to come back, but he could be on the list of like little cuts here and there to make some money back, because we have the likes of Cam Lewis on the squad and so on and so forth. But Teron Johnson, man, like, you can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with bringing it back. He earned his way back. He definitely earned his way back. So now, Addison Butler, Addison Butler, and those defensive line guys on the front line could go. Now, who on other squads that could get released that you're like, ooh, wait a minute, now I would like to see that. One name, I'm not too high up on the age, right? But is defensive tackle from the Bengals, Geno Atkins. Geno Atkins, they're gonna save a good chunk of money. I think they save like $9 million by letting Geno Atkins go. So that means we're gonna get him at an even better price than that. So Geno Atkins, veteran guy, put in on the defense would do well for us. Maybe he's the guy that we needed instead of a guy like Butler. So Geno Atkins added to our defensive front. Yes, his age is not sexy, but the price will be right. And I think he deserves to be on a winning and rising team. The Bengals have just been the Bengals. You feel me? Like, not that they've been trash, but like, I think he deserves something now. So this would be the time to join a team that is on the rise. And if you still got some juice left, come on through. Come on through to Buffalo, man. Geno Atkins, you know what I'm saying? We could definitely use his services. I could mess with Geno Atkins a lot. Somebody said, yo, replacing one one Jack Patriot with another Jack Patriot. Listen, man, but one is better than the other when it comes to talent. So give me that, right? And we have to start realizing, and I got to call y'all out. I got to call Bills fans out, because at one point, Kyle Williams was getting up there. And if he didn't retire, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all will probably be like, no, we need to keep Kyle. We need to keep him. Y'all got to keep the same energy, man. Keep the same energy. Kyle was up at 31-32. Y'all were not talking about no cap casualties with Kyle. You guys were like, yo, Kyle's a beast. Bring him on. Nobody talked about Kyle Williams' age. You didn't talk about it until his final year. And even then, he was playing at a high level. So why can't a guy like Geno Atkins play at a high level? Why can't a guy like JJ Watt play at a high level? Like, this is the one thing that bugs me. But Bills fans are so blind when it comes to their own, and then they're quick to say some things that they wouldn't say about their own to other players. Come on, man. Y'all tripping, man. Yo, Kyle he could have still played. We would have brought him back if he wanted to still play. He still had it in him. He still had the juice. So, like, some of these guys that you guys claim that they're old. At 31-32, they're old. Come on, man. Yo, they can still play. So a guy like Geno could probably, you know what I mean, bolster this defense, right? Could bolster, because I mean, I got DJ Reader took over. They brought in DJ Reader, so Atkins was like, all right, man, I guess that's me. That's it for me. So y'all got to catch my vibe. No hate. I'm not throwing shade, but I'm just trying to keep it real with y'all, man. Namdi says, yo, I hear you, Rico. Old players, but it's still about how contracts are structured. 100%. There's no question about it. New Mexico says, yo, hot take. Say it with your chest, my guy. He says Mitch Morse will be moved for more push on the line. That is going to be an interesting one. And I'm gonna write Mitch Morse's name down in just a moment. Okay, I'm gonna touch on him. So, but I'm gonna keep going with my case. So Geno Atkins being one of them, Jarrell Casey being another, right? Not a good last year. You know what I'm saying? Traded from the Titans and went to the Broncos and didn't injury riddled. I mean, didn't have the year that he wanted. I guarantee you he can still play. Get him healthy and he could do big things. So Jarrell Casey has to be on the list. Another one. You're seeing the theme here. Defense. Brockers, right? Brockers had a damn good year with the Rams, right? Defensive, like, and you're playing next to a guy like Aaron Donald. You learn a few things, right? So you can Brockers on our team could really, like, I want us to have a good run defense. You stop that damn run, force these teams to pass, and you have our defensive backfield that's pretty damn good. We'll shore it up on that second cornerback side. We should be good, but we just got to get the pressure, and pressure is what we need. So I'm looking at Brockers might be a nice, interesting name to kind of look into. So keep that in mind as well, right? Let's go. Let's flip to the offensive side of the ball. I'm looking at the teams and I'm looking at our positions and like who's going to be cutting guys that we could definitely use on this team. Then I'm like, hold on now. Kyle Rudolph from the Vikes. Kyle Rudolph can get downfield. Kyle Rudolph can catch in the middle. Kyle Rudolph can block. And he's a vet in the game, man. He's been in the game long enough that he knows you need that, you know, that tight end that can show the way to the young Dawson. So Kyle Rudolph is one name that they could be letting go. The Vikings could be saying, you know what? I don't think it's going to work out with Mr. Brockers. With the Mr. Kyle Rudolph. So that might be something to look into. So draft is obviously an option too, but we're in free agency mode now. Free agency is where it's at. You do well in free agency. You bring the right pieces from free agency. Your draft goes down so smooth. So it's just quite nice. Matt Lowe's Mike says, yo, damn, I'm glad I finally catching up on the Mitch Morse issue. Dude is a mobile. I'm thinking you're saying immobile, but can't get one damn yard. Oh, he's mobile, but can't get 1 yard. Mitch Morse is a tricky one, man. Yo, there are a lot of people that are 50-50 on the likes of Mitch Morse. You have guys that are pro Mitch Morse and they swear by Mitch Morse. Like, yo, why would you create a hole where you don't need to create a hole? And now you got to go find someone to try to find chemistry with your quarterback and so on and so forth, where you have a guy that's been there 2 years now. So just chill out. Now, you have other people that are like, dude, he's 1 concussion or 2 concussions away. And on top of that, when he was out and you slid in John Feliciano, we didn't miss a beat. So why are we going to pay this guy, one of the highest paid centers in the game? Why are we going to pay him all that money? Well, we can save $4 million by cutting him, right? So you've got the logistics side, and you have people that are more like, well, you're creating a hole to now go fill it with someone, and you're going to lose chemistry. Why would you do that? Try to keep things as normal and as the same as possible, so we can run it back to the AFC Championship game and get it to the damn Super Bowl. So it's an interesting. Now, do I want them to cut him? Not necessarily, because I look at it like this. You cut Mitch Morse, you just got to now you're finding someone to take over. Do you trust that person? Right? That's one thing. Now, our run game has been suffering. And I truly believe, and I mean, I'm no film buff. I just go by what I see. I truly believe that guard and center play was an issue when it came to being able to run the ball. My man just doesn't get push. He doesn't get nasty. He has none of that in him, right? And I want my center to be as intelligent as ever, but have a little nasty to you. And Mitch Morse doesn't give me nastiness. And maybe he's afraid of going nasty and he gets hit in the head and boom, there you go. Because if you got nasty, you got to not care about your body a little bit. You got to throw that shit around. And maybe he doesn't want to. So maybe he blocks a little differently, which lets guys just get the fuck out the way. Here I come. So that's one position that I will look at. I can definitely see them bringing him back. But I wouldn't be shocked if they said, Morris, you got to go. I would not be shocked. It wouldn't shock me whatsoever. So some people say that he's overrated. Mitch Morse is overrated. Some people feel that way. Shout out to my guy, Josh Richardson. Morse isn't good center, man. I don't know why we even signed him. We signed him because he's one of the better centers in the game. That's why. Remember, we wanted Matt Paradis. I went French with you guys. Matt Parody, as you English folk would say. Matt Paradis was the guy that we wanted, but he's like, nah, fam, I'm going somewhere else. And then we went after Mitch Morse. So was he our number one choice? They'll say he was. I doubt it. I think Paradis was the one they really wanted. But I digress. Some people say, hey, Randy Hartman says Feliciano's not even a center. He's not, but he can play it. Right? He can play it. There are a lot of people that are playing out of position. Some folks thought that Dion Dawkins was a guard. Hey, look where he's playing right now. He's left tackle, holding it down. So sometimes you might be playing out of position. That's all I'm saying. Moving on. Hold on a second. Yes, he said, but Rico just said it. He has no nasty in him. Nah, man, I don't see no nasty in Mitch Morse's game. None whatsoever. He's more of a finesse. And there's nothing wrong with being a finesse player. But when you want to run the ball, there's no finesse. You can't be finesse when you run the ball. You got to get a little nasty. Got to get a little dirty. And my man is not dirty like that. He's not. He's more finesse. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We are where we are right now. So Kyle Rudolph, tight end, definitely one that I'd be paying attention to the tea leaves that are out there. Okay. Dunlap, Carlos Dunlap. When we played Seattle, Carlos Dunlap was a problem. So if we can't get JJ Watt right on the edge and we decide to move on from Mario Addison, Carlos Dunlap would be a nice player that could still get pressure on the quarterback. The only thing is I don't know how old he is. My phone just died. So if you guys know how old Carlos Dunlap is, let me know. But Carlos Dunlap would be a nice edge player added to the Bills that can still get pressure. Because I remember when he was playing against us, man, he was a problem. Dunlap was he was a havoc in that game. So very, very interesting. All right. And last but not least, but a player that I'm gonna be looking at here. What did I put camera on here? I wrote my stuff down and I'm like, can't even read my own writing. And I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm gonna leave it that way because I can't even. I scribbled it really quickly, so I can't even read it. So I'm gonna pause on that. But anyway, there are going to be a lot of good players let go in the coming weeks. So prepare ourselves. We won't necessarily need. Okay, I think so. How you guys got to give me the actual number. Let's give me the actual number. Yeah, 31 years old. Shit, Dunlap at 31. Bring him on. Bring him on. Now, I want to talk about something else. And you guys are probably hearing it at length. JJ Watt. So the funny thing that's going on around Twitter and social media is everybody's trying to, I think it's funny actually. It's pretty funny where people are trying to tie JJ Watt to the Bills with anything he posts on social media. He could be taking a dump and they'll try to say, wait a minute, he's taking a dump and he's reading a magazine that has Jim Kelly on it, and that means he's shitting on all the other teams and he's coming to the Bills. Like they'll find a way to connect the dots with JJ Watt. I think it's super hilarious. And JJ is trolling everybody. He's trolling everybody. I'm waiting for him to take a selfie of him taking a dump. Do what you will with that, guys. What do you got? Feel me? So I think it's super hilarious. But when it comes to JJ Watt, rumor has it. So rumor has it, JJ Watt is seeking between $15 to $16 million. And Buffalo Twitter, Bills Mafia Twitter, right? Bills Twitter just lost their shit. I'm out. I'm good. Too rich for my blood. Are y'all nuts? If that's let me break something down to y'all, man. We went 10-6 with Cole Beasley and John Brown, Frank Gore, Devin Singletary. We went 10-6. We bring on one player on the offense, changes the whole game up. We go 13-3, win the division, and we're one game away from going to the Super Bowl. Hear me out on this. So, but when a player that can get you to the Super Bowl with his talent, 31 years of age, and y'all are talking about, I don't want it. Hold on. Do you know how much we paid Mario Addison last year to come to Buffalo at age 33? But y'all don't, like, this is that shit that drives me. But y'all are scoffing at paying JJ Watt $15 million, if it so happens to be $15 million. You guys are scoffing at that, saying, oh, no, can't do it. What? 3-time MVP? Over 100 sacks in his career? But y'all don't want him because what exactly? But y'all okay with paying Mario Addison $14 million. That's how much we paid Mario Addison to come to the Bills. $14 million. 14. So you don't want to pay a couple more million to get JJ Watt, which is much better than Mario Addison? Come on, man. Yo, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like some of y'all, man, just y'all bug me, man. Y'all bug me for real. Make it make sense. By the way, while you're making it make sense, smash that like while you guys are here. Smash that like. Shout out to my guy Brian Bowers, BB from New York. What's good, my G? He said, yo, jumping on to say, what's up, Rico and my peeps? I can't stay. I'll catch the replay. No doubt. Salute to you, my guy. Salute. Now, hear me out. If you have an opportunity to bring JJ Watt here, yo, you do it. Okay? Cut it out. Cut the nonsense out. One player made the difference on the offensive side of the ball. One player, with the way he practices, with the way he runs his routes, with his attitude, with his alpha, you know what I'm saying? Like presence. He made a difference on the offense. He elevated everybody. And we gave up a first-round pick for him. Nobody said boo. Not that you had a choice, but nobody said boo. But you don't want to pay J.J. Watt. Why? Oh, because he's got too many injuries. Boy, please, man. He's healed up. He played a full season. He'll be ready to go. His team was trash. You put him on this team, he makes a difference in the damn defensive line room. He makes a difference in the linebacking room. He makes a difference on how you're supposed to practice as a goddamn defensive player. I won the damn award for best defensive player in the league. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. I can teach y'all some shit. You put him next to who we keep, Jerry Hughes. You don't think Jerry Hughes is going to step his game up? You put him next to Ed Oliver. You don't think Ed Oliver is going to, learn a few things from JJ? Well, come on, fam. Bills fans, stop tripping, man. We don't want to pay that money. That could be the difference that gets us to the championship. Let me keep going. Look at the Raptors. The Raptors have been a very good team for a long time, but nobody respected the Raptors. They didn't. They've never have. They go to the playoffs. Make it past the first round, get eliminated, right? Here comes LeBron. What do they do? Yo, bring me Kawhi. Bring me Kawhi. One player changed the whole goddamn level of play on the Raptors. What do? I don't know, win the whole freaking thing. So, yo, stop it. You can, one player doesn't make the difference, but it can make a huge difference. Like Stephon Diggs did, J.J. Watt can do the same. So why wouldn't you guys do that? Why? Give me a better reason than too much money. No, give me a good reason. Because it's not good enough. Y'all don't got a good enough reason for me. Tell me that you guys can't do it. Rico, how would you feel about trading for Daniel Hunter from the Vikings? He's only 25 and wants out of Minnesota, and Sherman wants to play for us. I don't know if Sherman wants to play for us, but I'm sure Sherman is interested. Daniel Hunter, you can't go wrong with trying to get a Daniel Hunter, but like the Bills aren't in need of a guy like Daniel Hunter. They're not in need. So there's a difference. If you're in need, you're going to go after it. We were in need of a playmaker when we went after then Vikings receiver Stephon Diggs. We were in need, and we gave up what we needed to get him. And guess what? That need that we had filled a big void that we were missing, that alpha guy. But I don't think we're in need for a guy like Daniel Hunter. Now, if he becomes available, or we can try to get him on the squad without giving up too much or going from there, then shit, go ahead. Do you? But do you guys, are you guys with me with what I'm talking about here, man? Like, y'all can't be scared, man. Scared money don't make money. You afraid to spend? What's the point? What's the point of making bread? You make the money to spend the money. That's how it works. Right now, we don't have that much money, but we can do a few moves to free up some money. That's what it is. Now, stop with the nonsense of saying we don't want Watt. Y'all don't have a good enough reason to say we don't want Watt. I do. It's the money. Shut it. Just shut it. He makes the difference for us to go to the championship. I bet you guys would be cheering and not even worrying about it, trying to find the old tweets that you did and delete the tweet. Let me delete that shit because I don't want people realizing that. Too late. They probably already screen grabbed that shit a long time ago. Embrace it. Embrace it, people. If we can get JJ Watt, boy, you know we're a problem. And let me tell you something. When a big chip falls, little chips start to follow. You don't think that if, I don't know, JJ Watt signs with the Bills, obviously we'll make some moves. You don't think Richard Sherman's like, yo, JJ Watt's over there? Shit, I'm like near the end of my career. Fuck it. Yo, Brandon, remember that podcast we did together? I'm in. Who do I got to compete with? Dane Jackson? Shit, I'll compete with him. I'll compete. Let's do it. And who knows? Maybe Richard Sherman stays on a year if we sign him. Micah Hyde doesn't get retained. Richard Sherman moves to safety. Just conversation. Just conversation. Now, moving on. I gotta say something, man. There was a poll, a question put out there by the Buffalo Fanatics Twitter page, and we were talking about the backup quarterback. Which, by the way, for those that know, I got a series called Process or Problem. If you guys remember it, it's coming back, and I'm starting with the quarterback position. I'm gonna pre-record it soon, and I'm gonna give you a snippet. Let me tell you something right now, man. Matt Barkley, adios. It's been great. It's been cool. But like, we have quarterbacks on our team right now that are capable of being the backup. Here's how I feel about the backup position. Your backup is supposed to be your backup is two people. Two people. Can I say it that way? Let me put it this way. Your backup is a fringe starter. All right? Fringe starter, meaning, you can't mess up starting quarterback, because if you mess up, it's over for you. I'm going to gun for your job. Fringe starter. Fringe example, Ryan Fitzpatrick. You bring Ryan Fitzpatrick to your team, you not only get a smart individual, which we all know, but you're like, if I mess up and I get hurt, Fitzpatrick will take my job, do well, and keep my damn job. Not with Josh Allen, obviously, but anywhere else, they're shook. So your backup is your fringe starter. Then your backup is just your backup. You just fill in for if I get hurt or whatever, and chances are the season is finito because your starter is out. Hear me out. Hear me out when I say this. Josh Allen has elevated to the point where he's learned what he's needed to learn from the Derek Andersons, the Palmer, the Ken Dorsey, the Brian Dable. Like he's one of the more of the elite quarterbacks in this game. So it really won't fucking matter who we put as a backup. So you want me to pay 2 point whatever million to keep Matt Barkley? Why? Why, when I can just, I don't know, play or have the backup Jake Fromm, the guy that I spent a fifth round draft pick on? Why not? But some people want to bring Matt Barkley back. Love Matt Barkley, love what he does but he's done his job. His job was to make sure he held that clipboard. You got Fromm in the background. I'm sure you mentored Fromm a little bit. But I got also Davis Webb that's there as well. And I got a little story about that. So I'm good with Barkley. Sayonara, Barkley. It's Jake Fromm season as the backup. Joshua Richardson, JR. JJ Watt pregame speeches give me chills, man. He would bring that swagger to our defense. He would bring the best out of Ed Oliver, number one defense next year. JR gets it. JR gets it. So for those that are just talking that bumping gums, talking about don't bring JJ Watt to the team because we can do more money, we can try to bring this player and that player and this, that, and third. Do you want to be in your feelings or do you want to win? That quote is from my guy Bobby. Get out of our feelings. It's business. And the business that we are in is to win football games. And you win football games with players that make impacts. Right? That's JJ Watt would be an impactful player. He'll impact the game. He will impact his peers. He'll impact his colleagues. What more do you want? And I got to pay a couple more M's to catch him. I'll save that money by cutting all the guys I need to cut. And you bring a guy like that changes a whole damn defense. Stephon Diggs did it with the offense. Now you need that one guy that does it with the defense. Can you name me a guy that does that with the defense right now? Let's go through it. Tremaine Edmonds, does he elevate everybody's game? No. Trey White, does he elevate everybody's game? No. Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer? Maybe Jordan Poyer. But when he plays, he has some intensity, but not enough. Let's go to the D-line. Ed Oliver, does he do it? No. What about Jerry Hughes? Well, yeah, Jerry Hughes. Jerry Hughes might be that guy. No, none of the guys on the fucking defense does that. And you don't hear anybody talk about, the way that Jerry Hughes does this. And there's no slight on Jerry Hughes. Oh, the way that Mario Addison, you know what I mean? No. Oh, Tremaine Ed. No. We don't have that guy, that alpha guy on defense. We have it on offense. We had to go get him. So guess what? We got to go get J.J. Watt. Makes a difference. But y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all want to save the money. Let's save the money and go get, I don't know who y'all want. Jarrell Casey. And that wouldn't be a bad pick anyway. I threw that out there. But y'all catch what I'm saying, man. Y'all catch what I'm saying. So, quarterback position. See you later, Matt Barkley. Jake Fromm, step up. You're the backup. You're not going to do anything because Josh Allen's a freaking tank. But you're not going to do anything. And don't tell me if Barkley were to go down, if Josh Allen were to go down, do you really want to see Barkley in? Are you excited for Barkley? Wouldn't you be a little more excited for the young guy in Jake Fromm and see what he's got? To be honest with you, I'll be real with you. Let me give you guys a story. We got Davis Webb on this team that most people may not even know about. But Davis Webb, let me tell you a story. So our guy Joe Kroom of Joe Kroom Photos. Every summer, first of all, my man has a new studio. Shout out to my guy Joe Kroom, man. That studio is fire. So Joe Kroom every summer gets invited by the players to come and take footage and pictures and really do his thing with the players, right? When it comes to off season. So look for Joe Kroom to be doing his thing all season. And he's got a great relationship with the players. The players trust him. Yo, come through. And it's not even football. Yo, come through and take a photo shoot of this, that, and the third, whatever the case is. Anyway, so last year, when Allen invited all the guys to wherever in Florida, somewhere in Florida, Dion Dawkins came through. Josh Allen met Stephon Diggs for the first time. All the receivers were there. Gabe Davis, all them cats were there. So here comes the practice. Practice starts. Do you know who's facilitating the practice? Who's calling plays and who's directing and doing all that stuff? Davis Webb. Davis Webb was doing all that. All right, guys, this is what we're going to do. He was the leader. He was the quote-unquote coach on the field. So, bye-bye, Barkley. Competition will be between Davis Webb, the former third-round pick drafted by the Giants. So he wasn't no scrub. 6'5", 6'4"-ish. Decent arm. And he's a smart kid in the system now. He's got Dable. He's got Dorsey. Fam. Barkley can go. It's going to be Fromm or Davis. We don't need to be looking at another quarterback. We don't need to draft another quarterback. We don't need to bring another quarterback in. We already have our elite quarterback. Can someone tell me who the damn backup quarterback is for the Seattle Seahawks? Do you know? I had to look it up. It's Geno Smith. I totally forgot Geno Smith was still in the league. And if it wasn't Geno Smith, it's Danny Etling. I bet you didn't know that because it doesn't matter. Russell Wilson is the guy. Let me name another team. Who's the backup quarterback for the Cardinals? Who's the backup quarterback for the Cardinals? I don't even know because it doesn't matter. You catch what I'm saying? When you have a dog at your quarterback, it doesn't matter who your damn guy is. So Matt Barkley's got to go. And I'm not even getting into the Matt Barkley talk that people were trying to bring him back or not, but some people are. Bring him back. He's veteran leadership. That's what we keep hearing. Veteran leadership. The guys love him in the locker room. Guess what? If I went into the Bills locker room, they would love me too. I think they would love me. I think I'd do well in the locker room. I think it'd be great. I think I'd be a catch. That's for my guy Leonard. Leonard knows that if he watches this. You feel me? So yo, cut it out, man. Cut it out. See you later. Who's the backup quarterback for, I don't know, fuck the Miami Dolphins behind Ryan Fitzpatrick? Who was that? Because we know Ryan Fitzpatrick. He was the starter pretty much. If it wasn't Tua, who was the quarterback? I don't know. Can anybody tell me who the backup quarterback for the Jets was? before they even signed Flacco. I actually know who it is because I interviewed the player, but y'all catch what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm off of that. Richard Russ says, yo, Davis will be a QB coach in 5 years, an OC in 10. You never know. You never know, man. So you guys catch it. You guys are smart. You guys are smart. You guys are smart. You guys already know what it is, man. So moving on. Moving on. By the way, there are 179 of y'all tuned in on a Friday evening in the off season. Salute to you guys. There's 166 watching on Facebook. Salute to you guys. It's late and you guys are still rocking with your boy. Appreciate it. And there's 15 of y'all watching on Facebook. Salute to my Facebook crew. What's good? What's happening? Nick G from Facebook says, yo, why draft Fromm to keep Barkley? Thank you. In the 5th, not the 7th, the 5th. Fromm is your next guy. And let me tell you something about Fromm's game. People want to talk about, but he's got a noodle arm. So did Chad Pennington. Chad Pennington had a noodle arm, but you know what? He was still a decent little quarterback in the game. I'm not saying he's Chad Pennington for crying out loud. But smarts, intelligent, doesn't turn the ball over. He's not a guy that's going to turn the ball over at Nate Peterman. Right? By the way, salute to my guy, Nate Peterman. Got himself another contract with the Raiders. It helps when the coach likes you. Helps when the coach likes you. Anyway, I digress. The point I'm trying to make is this, folks. We have a dog in Josh Allen. Fromm is going to be the guy to back up. It won't really matter. He won't get on the field unless something catastrophic happens. Knocking on wood. Somebody said don't drop the soap. I don't know why, though. If Josh Rosen had been the Bills pick in 2018, I know. Now realize that you root for one of only 2 teams that would not trade for Deshaun Watson, and rightfully so. So, Rico, I couldn't resist the dig. It's all good. I would still do it. I would still do it, damn it. But I still love Josh Allen. I still do. Anywho, moving on to the next topic. So we touched on JJ Watt. We touched on the quarterback position. Tomorrow, we will be just a sidebar. Tomorrow we'll be on again, and we'll be doing a draft show once again, and we're diving into the defensive line room. We're diving into the defensive line room. So if you guys are interested in who to bring in from the draft and defensive line, tune in tomorrow. It'll be myself hosting, Casey, my man Don Trotman. And my guy Fern, my guy Fern. So anyway, so that's what we'll be doing when it comes to tomorrow night. Ark Omen asks me, yo, where is the wifey? So wifey is upstairs because we had a celebration for my daughter. She turned 18. So I mostly do the cooking. I love cooking. Y'all, if some of y'all follow me on my Instagram, y'all see me chefing up in the kitchen, man, because I love that cooking, man. I should be huge the way I eat. I don't know how I'm not. It's genetics, I guess. But yeah, she's upstairs. So the deal is whoever cooks, which is mostly me, they have to do the tidying up and cleaning. That's just what it is. That's the deal. And then I had to come down here. That's why I had to kind of delay. Nick G says, when are you doing linebackers and secondary? Linebackers was last week, so you got to catch the show. Linebackers was last week. Next tomorrow is gonna be defensive line, and then we'll figure out when the DBs are coming. We'll figure that out. So I feel like I wanted to bring something else up with you guys when it comes to these Bills. We touched on quarterback. We touched on JJ Watt. We touched on Brandon Beane. I think that was what I wanted to touch on. So cap casualty, we can kind of run it back with the cap casualties and who we cut in and who we not. One person that I got my eye on is Geno Atkins, and I got my eye on Brockers and Kyle Rudolph, as well as Dunlap. Those are the guys that I got my eye on. When it comes to this O-line, I got a question for y'all. I got a question for you guys. Would you guys be happy with this O-line lineup? All right, I got a question for y'all. How happy would you be if, you know what? Shame on me, first of all. I started off the show without even putting my banners on. I adjusted my laptop. I didn't even give you guys the goods. This is the goods right here. Golly, shame on me. So, would you guys be happy with this O-line lineup? Okay, ready for it? Left guard, Dion Dawkins. Excuse me, left tackle, Dion Dawkins. I said left guard. Left tackle, Dion Dawkins. Left guard, Ike Butker. Center, Mitch Morse. Right guard, Feliciano. Right tackle, Cody Ford. Are you guys okay with that lineup? Dion Dawkins, Ike Butker, Mitch Morse, John Feliciano, Cody Ford. Richard's like, no effing way. No effing way. Bobby's like, hell no. Not happening. Why not, guys? Cody Ford back at right tackle the way they drafted him. The way they can't even speak. Where they drafted him at right tackle? No, you guys don't like that? Yo, that is a terrible old line. No way. Nobody's liking that lineup. Yikes. Yo, let me tell you something. It could be. It could be the lineup. Y'all don't like it, but it very much could be the lineup. Let me give you another scenario. Let me give you another scenario. You ready for it? Dion Dawkins, Cody Ford, John Feliciano, free agent guard, Darrell Williams. Are you okay with that lineup? Free agent guard, or even potentially a drafted guard. Not a lot of people like that one either. That might be the best lineup, though, that we can get. But you'll notice that Mitch Morse is not there. Here's one for you. Last one. Left guard, left tackle, Dion Dawkins. Left guard, we stay with Cody Ford. We go center, Mitch Morse returns. We don't have Feliciano back, and we have Darrell Williams. So Feliciano is the only one that's gone. Can you dig that? I don't think people like Feliciano at center. Because this O-line is going to be very interesting on how they shuffle it. Either they return with everything or they shuffle things. By the way, Duke Johnson from the Houston Texans, formerly of the Cleveland Browns, has been released from the Houston Texans. I like Duke Johnson. Duke Johnson is a speed back. He can run. He's got some speed. Very interesting. Just saying. Salute to Jose Carlos Rodrigo. He says Dawkins, Mongo, Morse, Ford, Williams. So you want to put Ford back at right guard. Interesting. Mango at left guard. I don't think I've ever seen Mango play left guard. Can I tell you guys something? I think that Ryan Bates is grossly underrated. Ryan Bates is grossly underrated, and maybe they see something in practice that we don't. But anytime that he's come in to the game, he's played pretty well. And when you look at his grade on PFF with his small sample size, he's graded quite well. Maybe Ryan Bates gets an opportunity to be that right guard. So here's a new lineup. By the way, Randy Hardman, Davis Webb is the son of a coach. He is on record as saying he wants to coach after playing. Bingo. There's your backup. Here's another lineup. Dion Dawkins. Ryan Bates. Sorry, you know what? Ike Butker. We'll leave Ike Butker there. Dion Dawkins, Ike Butker, Morse, Bates, Williams. And Cody Ford is going to have to compete at either guard position. He's got to compete. You got to earn it. You got to beat out Bates, and you got to beat out Ike Bucker. And if you don't beat him out, so be it. How is that for a lineup? Think about that one. Think about that one. Yo, how about this lineup? Dylan. Yo, Makulu. Yo, Makula. Message of the day. Dope. Somebody asked me who's my backup center? Draft one? Bring one in from free agency? He's the backup. He's the backup. So, folks, very interesting lineup. It's gonna be shuffled. It's gonna be shuffled. Marcus Watkins says, yo, Rico, I want that hoodie. You want this hoodie? This old thing? Yo, real question though, would y'all rock this? Because there's a lot of people that would say, yeah, I want that. They're doing a lot of this. A lot of bumping gums. Would you guys rock something like this? This is stitched, by the way. Shit is bananas, man. Put your name on the back. Do you guys run with the brand like that though? Y'all fuck with the brand? Y'all fuck with Fanatics like that? Shit. Talk to me now. Did we talk to Jarrett Peterson? I think, is it Patterson or Peterson? Yes, the Bills have been they've been in contact with him. They've spoken to him to what I've read or I've seen something on Twitter. So yes, there's been conversation. Moss Boss says, what do you think of Matt Barkley? Nice guy. He's got charisma. But like, what do I think of him coming back at like $2 million or more or whatever? I'm good. You've served your purpose, sir. Good day. You've served your purpose. Good day. I'm good with that. I mean, come on. Let's talk about it. I got my notes on it. I don't want to talk too much on it because I'm going to do a process or problem quarterback edition. But like Matt Barkley, he's 30 years old. He's still a young guy. You know what I'm saying? He spent 3 years behind Allen. Did his job. That's it. That's it. My dark horse backup quarterback for the Bills, Davis Webb. If they don't bring back Barkley. That's the way I look at it. Yo, with my name stored on it at 55. Yo, Richard Rush is with that. You with that, Rich? Rich? Oh yeah, okay? I see you. Fuck yeah, you thought I was playing? Yo, you know how a lot of people do, man. A lot of people talk. They talk a big game. Yo, I want to buy that sweater. I'm in it. Hook me up. You know how that is. It happens. So, folks, I came and talked about the things I wanted to talk. There's going to be some big cuts this offseason. That's why I call this the cap killer season, man. And there's a double entendre tonight. I don't know if you guys know who Killer is. Killer Cam? No? Cap killer season? All right. Nobody caught that. But it's all good. All is good. That was just for me. Joke for me. But it's cap killer season. So Bean, for guys like Bean that like they don't have big money, fam, they're going to be this is where he does. Oh, Young King, you know what it is, man. Dipset. You guys get it. There's gonna be major players cut. Everyone has to get under. They were expecting a salary cap of 215. Team cap of 215, 210 to 215. Yo, you're down to 180. If they even move it up to 185, you're down to 180. Fam, teams are going to be cutting players. This is where Bean comes in and says, yo, okay, who we got? Who's out there? You know what I'm saying? You see Bean doing this? He's up to something. You know what I'm saying? You see McDermott do this? They're up to something. Watch out. Big baller Bean is up to something. So he's going to be chilling. Everybody's going to be splashing big money at the big time players. I think we should put our money in for JJ Watt. Once we do that big splash, we chill. We relax. Settle down. We got the guy we need. Now, Y'all can spend all the money you want everywhere else. Then we start bringing in guys. Because you get that one splash player like J.J. Watt, most guys are like, oh, hold on a second. I was just on the phone with the Cardinals, and I just saw Bills just sign J.J. Watt. Yo, can I call you back? Gets off the phone, calls his agent. So what's up with Buffalo? How much cap they got? You think they got room for me? Find out for me. You don't think it's gonna happen? Come on, fam. You know what's gonna happen, man. We just gotta be the team that's aggressive enough to bring them. If we're trying to win now, this is the time to do it. You want to win now? Get out of your feelings. Pull out the wallet. Pay up. It's time. It's time to go. It's time to make moves, man. It's time to make moves. Now, I have a question for you guys before I dip and get out of here, and I'm going to take questions now from you guys. When it comes to the draft, are you team stay put or are you team trade down? What are you? What do you feel Bean is more of a favor of? Will there be somebody that's sitting there at 30 that we feel like, you know what, that first round draft pick, that's what I want? Or do we trade out of that and go to the second round and acquire more picks? Maybe an early third, 2 third-round picks. We already have, I think we have no more, we have no fourths. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then 5, 6, 7, 7. If I remember the draft order. So I'm team trade down. Acquire picks. What's that 30 that you can't get? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Top of the second. Just saying. Unless for some reason a guy like Zaven Collins is sitting at 28 and we want to move up 2 spots. You know what I mean? A guy like Travis Etienne. I don't know why everybody's really all up on Travis Etienne. I don't know. I don't see anything like glaringly like, woo, Travis Etienne. I don't see anything crazy nice like that. Good back though. Don't get me wrong. Solid back. I don't see, but like in the top 30, I didn't feel like that about the running back for the Chiefs either. Y'all grab them at the 30? Nah. Team trade down or team, you know what I mean, stay put. Think about that one. You know, Nick said, yo, you're reading my mind. Are you talking about me? I always tell my lady that. I'm reading your mind. I'm in your mind. I know what you're talking. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Jose Carlos says, yo, Smoke Brown might be a gunner. Might? He is. The only way we bring John Brown back is if we cut him. Rightfully so, we cut him. Allow him to go and search other places. And if he doesn't like what he's getting from other places, come back and we'll give you a new deal. It might be a $4 million deal. I'll take that. Instead of $9 million, I'll pay you $4. But I gotta cut you first. I gotta cut you. Here's a question for y'all. Do you think Russell Wilson really is asking to be traded out of Seattle? I know he said, no, I don't want to be traded, but then doubles back with, but if I am going to be traded, I want to be traded to the Bears, the Raiders. I think he said the Panthers. You think he's for real? Russell Wilson leaving Seattle? Yo, they can't do that. You want Geno Smith being your quarterback? Think about that one. Richard Ford says, what's the difference between 30 and 33? Not a whole lot, but that when you go for the first round pick, you get that 5th-year option with a first rounder. That 5th-year option is big. So that's a difference too. You get that guy for that 5th year. You don't got to talk about contract no more. You got him. Like right now, we don't got to talk contract at all with Josh Allen after this year, but we're going to. We can go up until next year. But that's the difference there. He wants a damn offensive line. I know he's playing the game, man. Russell Wilson is playing the game. Yo, get me out of here. Get me the F out of here. They're like, whoa. Russell Wilson wants to leave? Okay, guys, we got to start making some moves, man. Let's get him a damn O-line. 8+ years into his career. Let's get him an O-line now. Come on now. Anyway, I digress. So, folks, if you guys have questions, concerns, comments, draft talk, free agency talk, last year's talk, season, Buffalo Fanatics talk, shoot your questions. I'll do my best answering. I'll do my very best trying to answer. By the way, shout out to my guy Tilt Money. He came on the show and I put him through that gauntlet of questions, right? 2 words and say it with your chest. That's what I'm gonna do, man. These guys want they want to come on. We got to talk about 2 words. No thinking about it. I put you on the spot. Answer the question. 2 words. What you got? And if you got to take, and you feel like nobody's listening to you, you got to say it louder. You got to say it with your chest, man. Get your chest out there. Get your chest out there and say it. That's how we are, man. So, questions, concerns, comments. What's good? Richard Rush says, "Yo, was hypothetical, but can we resign in a hold on a second. I'm trying to read that right. It was a hypothetical question. But can I see what you're saying, Richard. I got you. Johnny Walker says, "Yo, I missed the wifey, man. It's Friday night. She was adamant. She's like, no, not tonight. I ain't coming down." I was like, hey, it's cool, man. Do you? They don't fuck with me anyway. They really just want to see you and your banter. And knowing her ass, she'll be like, hey, I'm here. Wine glass. You know how she does. Y'all know it. Rigo, what's the first position Bean drafts? Ooh. You know what? I'm going to tell you something, man. First position I think he drafts is corner. It's corner. That's the first position I think he drafts. And that's I honestly think he's going to trade down. Number one, he's going to wait it out until somebody really wants to go draft back into the top 30, and then he'll trade out. Because you're in a position. If somebody wants to trade, if somebody is like, let's say, I don't know, the freaking Dallas Cowboys, they trade out. So they make their pick. They got a second round pick, and they want to get back into the first round to get a player that they wanted. Yo, Buffalo can just chill at 30. Yo, chill up until the 27th, 28th pick. We'll start fielding calls, and we'll give it up if we need to. But I hope they have a contingency plan to trade down. But if they stay put at 30 and they have someone they like and they take them, shit, go ahead, man. Get your rocks off. Get your rocks off. Rico, who's the first person that Bean releases? Ooh, wait. First person that gets released. That's a good one, man. I wonder if it's going to be a big name right off the bat, or he's going to start small. The one that makes the most sense is getting rid of, I'd say, Butler. Butler will be the first chip that falls. Yo, you got to go. Especially because Starla Tulele is back. So Butler, adios. That's going to be the first person he lets go of. Carl Tolman says Vernon Butler gets released first. That's what I think too. Let's see what we got here. Young King says, yo, I hope we draft O-line or D-line first pick, depending on who we release. Keep and inquire. Absolutely. It's going to be, we're going to be looking, man. We're going to be looking. Yo, is Dallas running back Pollard available? Oh, man, I wish he was available. I'd give up a 5th round for it. I mean, they wouldn't give up. They wouldn't even take it. He got drafted in the 4th. So they definitely wouldn't take a 5th. But would I give up a 3rd? I really think that he's that much of a difference maker. I'd probably give up a 3rd for Pollard, and I'd give him Devin Singletary. So it'd be Pollard and Zach Moss, or who cares? I don't know who I'd give up. I'd give up one of them. Somebody said, "What about Trent Murphy?" What about Trent Murphy? He's as good as gone. He ain't bringing him back. Man, Trent Murphy's gone. He's good as gone, man. Don't even mention Trent Murphy to me anymore. He's gone. Somebody, my man Jose Carlos says, yo, scale of 1 to 10, your confidence in Dane Jackson. From the very little that we got to see from Dane Jackson, I'm pretty confident in him. I need him to have a full off season, a full, you know what I'm saying, like camp, all that good stuff for me to see some stuff. But like, I wouldn't say, yo, you jumping in a quarterback 2, that's your spot. No, you got to compete. And I'm either drafting someone or I'm bringing someone from free agency. But you ain't just gonna get it like that. That's for damn sure. That is for damn sure. Looking at questions here, Richard Forbes says, yo, if Collins wants to be a great football player, I would take him with pick 30. Yo, if Collins is at pick 30, sign me up. Sign me up. A third and Singletary is too much for Pollard. I thought about, I was like a third. But like, to get a guy, we don't have a fourth. We don't have a fourth. And I doubt they'd take a fifth. So we'd have to give something up. A third would be the best fit. Unless we give them both our fifths, 2 5th-round picks. I think we have 2 5s. So 2 5th-round picks for Pollard. Shit, take it. I'll take it. Free J Free says, yo, Rico, if they're short on money, why do you need all these draft picks? Trade some of them, move up the draft picks, and he will be our matchup nightmare like Kansas City. Hold on. So who are you referring to? Who you want to draft, though? Oh, draft Pitts. You want to draft Pitts? Nah, I'm not moving up to draft Pitts. You crazy. And number 2, what they'll do is they're going to get rid of players. Just so you know, the players are going to be cut. They need to allocate about $6-7 million to draft picks or more. I don't remember exactly, but there's already money set aside for draft picks to sign them all. So like, it won't matter, right? Do you need too many picks? No, but you draft them all, and then if it doesn't work out and you got to make some cuts, which usually happens, you cut them. Make your changes. But I don't know if I'm moving up to get Kyle Pitts. I'll wait on that one. If Kyle Pitts is available at 30, take him. But it ain't gonna happen. If he's there, take him at 30. I mean, if he comes to us, fucking right, why not? But I'm not trading up to go get him. No thanks. No, thank you, sir. Yo, Rico, what do you think we are gonna do at linebacker since Milano is gone? Say it with your chest. You know what? You want me to say it with my chest? I'm going to say it with my chest. Watch this. Watch this, motherfucker. I'm going to say it with my chest. Yo, check this out. Ready for it? The question was, what do you think Bean or McDermott will do with Milano gone? Say it with your chest. 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 Say it. Check this out. Matt Milano will probably be let go. When I say let go, we won't retain his services. We'll say, go check out free agency. If you don't get what you want, come back. Highly doubt that he's going to come back. So what are we doing with the linebacking spot next to Milano? And this is before we even hit draft. This is free agency. This is whatever. We signed a player last year on our team. You didn't get to see much of him, if anything. But keep and pay attention to the name Darren Lee. Darren Lee was signed to a futures contract. So Darren Lee will probably get something better than that futures contract to be the replacement for Milano. Former first-round pick, can run, can cover. Look for him to get a second opportunity, a second chance to get his name right, and might be the replacement for Matt Milano. Keep an eye on that. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know more than that. And once the draft comes, and if we have to bring in a guy like Zaven Collins, and shit, let's go. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. So I said it with my chest now. Say it with your chest. I said it with my chest. That's what I think is gonna happen. We're gonna find out. We're gonna pay attention. We're gonna pay very much close attention. Not holding out hope on Lee. Hey, well, that's why we'll see. We shall see. I don't think we're going to just end it all and be all with Lee. But I wouldn't be surprised if they gave him an opportunity to fill that role. I would not be surprised. Milano isn't asked to get sacks with Star back. Oliver will be getting sacks. Count on it. I hope so. I want to see a big year from Oliver. I need to see a big year from Oliver. I have not been seeing what I need to see. He's been getting double teamed a lot. Some of them he's beaten. Most of the times he's getting trashed up in the line, right? But when you're undersized with two mammoth men just sandwiching your ass, it's a whole lot, not a whole lot you can do. But that's trench life. That's what you get when you're a big boy. You're going to be put in the double team position, so it happens. It happens. So I'm gonna take a couple more questions. I'm gonna get out of here, yo. Yo, EJ, New Mexico says, yo, Rico, man, not Lee, unless his first name is Bruce. You're a fool. You are a fool, man. The backup running back for the Dallas Cowboys is Tony Pollard, man, but we're not gonna get him. We're not. I'd be thrilled if we can, but we're not. JR says, yo, Rico, we should trade down our first to Dallas to pick up the second and fourth and Pollard. If they're willing to give it up, but you never know. But I doubt they'll do it. I doubt they'll do it. They ain't giving it up. Check this out. They got Zeke Elliott. Zeke Elliott's paid a whole lot of money, so you know he's gonna play. But there comes a time when in a contract where the team can get out of a contract and they're gonna be looking to jump Pollard in and move on from Zeke. Unless Zeke has 2 or 3, consecutive monster years, then it is what it is. Pollard will go somewhere else. But damn, if we can get Pollard, that'd be nice. Somebody mentioned Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith, tight end out of the Titans. Athletic tight end. Not bad. Nothing where you're like, ooh, he jumps off the screen. No, not really. But a good tight end. I think people are overhyping him more than he should be. But I look forward to him. I look to see what direction we go when it comes to tight end. I'm very curious. We can't go back to Dawson Knox as number one guy. I'm sorry. We can't. He didn't prove he's ready for that. Sweeney, I hope he recovers from his illness. Hope he can come back and play the game that he loves, but he wasn't able to do that because of COVID and he's got a heart condition. So shout out to him, prayers out to Sweeney. Hopefully he can get back to it. Get back to it. Eric Ebron, man, I was hyped on Eric Ebron when we almost drafted him with the 8th pick, and then we didn't. I was like, ooh, all right. And Eric Ebron has just been all right. He's been all right. He's not trash, but he's not like, ooh, Eric Ebron. His name don't carry that weight no more. His name does not carry that weight. Yo, Domo Iverson says, yo, Curtis Samuel can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, replacing McKenzie and Smoke. So you want to bring, I've been hearing a lot of that Curtis Samuels, man. Dude, he's asking for $12 to $14 million. You want to tie up 15 million? Like 30 mil almost in 2 receivers, in Diggs and Curtis Samuel. And don't forget Cole Beasley. That's 30 plus million in receivers, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's nice though, but he's not like impactful nice. We already have the impact guy in Stephon Diggs, your overall. But hey, if we bring him on, shit, I ain't gonna be mad at it. I definitely will not be mad at it. Not one bit. Yo, somebody said, yo, can we bring back the Jills? Boy, let's start with bringing back the fans in the stands first. Before we start bringing back the Jills. Let's bring back the fans in the stands. If we can do that, then shit, let's roll. Let's roll. Jake G says, yo, you think you think we would have taken Hawkinson over Oliver if Detroit didn't pick a spot ahead of us? Oh, that's a good question, man. We needed a defensive tackle. We needed a defensive player, and we needed a difference maker on rushing the passer. So I think we would have chosen Ed Oliver regardless. But hindsight, shit, if Hawkinson was there, man, I would have jumped all over that before I would have jumped on Ed Oliver. So yeah, man, I would have done that. I would have done that for sure. How do you feel about getting us Chris Carson? I like Chris Carson as a back. He runs hard. Can get around the corner. Injuries are an issue with him to stay healthy. So if we can give him a respectable deal that gives us 3 running backs in the backfield, but hear me out when I say this. I gotta give at least another chance to Zach Moss, man, in year 2. He deserves another chance in year 2, man. And so does in year 3. So does what's his face, Devin Singletary, and so will Dawson Knox. They need to get their chances, but they're on thin ice. Especially Dawson Knox. You're on thin ice, my guy. Like, let's go. Let's get it together. Dawson Knox, let's get it together. Anyway, guys, that's my time, man. That's my time. I hope you guys enjoyed this series today. I had fun. We talked some good things, man. We talked about the quarterback position. We talked about JJ Watt. I mean, like, listen, stop. Anytime you hear friends or people on Twitter saying no to JJ Watt, tell them to literally say why. Why not? And money is not an issue. Let's not talk about money. Why wouldn't you bring him at $15 million? Like, why? What is it that's stopping you from bringing him? What doesn't he bring to the table enough that you're like you can get your money's worth out of him? They won't be able to answer it properly. I don't see why not. There's too much upside to bring in a JJ Watt. Anyway, JJ Watt, we talked on the backup quarterback. Yo, Fromm or Davis. No bringing anybody in. It's those two or that's it. Those two or that's it. But anyway, folks, that's it. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget, tomorrow is going to be the draft show, right? It's the BF War Room. Next position group up is the defensive line. We're going to be diving in to the best defensive line fits and the best defensive line prospects from the draft for these Bills. But first, we got to talk about our defensive line, who we keep, who we think that will be shuffled, who we think that will actually be retained, and then who do we add from the draft and what difference they can make and what impact they'll have on us. So we're going to go from that. I got a nice panel guest. It's going to be about a half hour to 45-minute show. So get in, get out. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully you'll learn a little something. Don't forget, I'm no draft guru. I am not. I ask the right questions to know more about these guys. And hopefully you and I get educated the same way. I'm going to do my homework, obviously. But you and I will get just as educated so that we're ready for when the draft begins. We kind of know who these players are. And we can either get excited or like, what? Who's that player? Let me YouTube and Google his name. Well, you won't need to because we'll be there to kind of get you guys started. So tune in tomorrow, and there might be a surprise interview. I'm gonna leave it at that. There might be a surprise interview, player interview. You guys know my bag, man. I always jump in the bags, right? I always get into my player interviews. This is around that time, right? Hopefully I can try to get Andre Reed back. If you guys remembered, I had a nice interview with Andre Reed. So hopefully we can try to hit up Andre Reed and get him back on. That's my guy. And we'll go from there, man. We might hit up some old vets, get some new young bucks, and then some prospects. Yo, we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna switch it up. That's what we do at Buffalo Fanatics. So, folks, that's it for me, man. You guys enjoy your night. Be good to one another, man. Don't take anything for granted. This life is too short. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Show love to people. Don't get off that hate stuff, man. That's old. That's garbage. We don't want that. Get off that stuff, man. It's no good for you. No good for you. So, Marcus, you said you want to join the panel? All right, man. Yo, hit that email up, man. We don't just make anybody join the panel. Hey, Don, tomorrow, we're going to bring that heat. For you guys don't realize, man, Don Trotman, that's my guy. That's the draft guru. I'm surrounded by guys that know the freaking draft like you wouldn't believe, man. So I learn a lot from guys like Don. So, Don, we're going to do it up tomorrow, and we're going to bring the heat. So that's my guy, Don. So, guys, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Around 8:30. I'll let you guys will know. I'll set up the schedule, and then we'll go from there. All right. So until next time, you guys have a great night. And it's your boy. And I'm gone. Ladies and gentlemen, we are tuned in to the Rico Report.
I really don't know what to tell you.
That game was insane. Welcome to the Big Squad.
Shout out to the Big Squad.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome to the Big Squad.
welcome on a very special evening to the Rico Report. We are here. He is our team. This is the Buffalo Fanatics. Bing, 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 bing.